I know I talk a lot about the steals that I got on this channel, and some of the prices are really crazy of how well of a deal I got. But this one has to be one of the crazier ones that I got. Yo, what's going on, everyone? Matt from Shoe Nation. You're back with another review today, as always. So today's review is going to be on the Air Jordan Powder Blue 9s. So these originally did release on March 23rd, 2024 with a retail price of $210. Now that is pretty steep, I will tell you right now, especially for Jordan 9s that usually do not sell out. It's a very steep price. But of course, they can't price these at like 150, 160 because then people are going to complain and be like, well, why don't you do it with this one? Why don't you do it with that one? You know, so they can't do that. But yeah, 210 is pretty steep, but it also kind of gives you room to wait on this not releasing later, but kind of gives you room for later when you can buy these for under retail. But let me talk about the price I actually paid for these. So as you saw, I did have the box. They came with the box. They're in pretty good condition, which I will show you in a few. But I only ended up paying $75 shipped for this pair with the box. So I thought that was a pretty good steal, and honestly, I'll be honest, yes, it's a good steal, and it is a steal. So I've only paid $75 shipped. Again, that's shipped. That's not like, oh, $75 before the taxes, fees, import fees, before the random tax, you know, it's just $75 straight. 3 $20 bills, 1 $10 and 1 $5 bill. So this pair of shoes is actually an OG colorway all the way back from 1993, 7 years before I was born. It was the first time this shoe actually ended up releasing, and it was an OG colorway, as I said. 17 years later, they decided in 2010, why don't we release this shoe again? But instead of having the back where it's naked, which I will show you, of course, let's put a 23 on the back. Then they decided, you know what, 14 years later, let's release it again, but this time let's make it just like the 1993 version as much as possible. So they decided to remove that 23 on the back. And a little fun fact about these shoes, these actually were a fusion. So if you don't know what a fusion is, it's basically the upper of a Jordan and then the midsole of an Air Force. So there were some crazy combinations. Like I know I seen the military blues, they had a fusion like that where it had the upper of the 4 and then the midsole of the Air Force. And they also had the playoff 8s. That's the one I was thinking about. Yeah, the playoff 8s. And they also had this one as well. They also had the Bugs Bunny 8s. I just remember they have the Bugs Bunny 8s for the fusion as well. So that's a little fun fact. It's kind of weird. I know a lot of people might not like that shoe, but honestly, I'm actually a fan of those shoes. And it'd be cool if they actually did bring them back, especially that military blue 4 fusion. That was a pretty cool pair. Hopefully they bring that back someday, but I really don't see it. But who knows, they might. But anyway, enough talking about this shoe. Why don't I actually show you how this shoe looks and everything that I was talking about, the differences between the 93, 2010, and this pair right now. All right, so we got the box right here. It does say Jordan with the Jumpman right here. We also got the sizing right here, size 11.5. Always make sure you check your size. Of course, can't forget that. Now, there's nothing right there, but we do have the shoes right here. So let me get a better hold on the shoe right here. We got the side right here. We got the tongue with the Air Jordan all the way down to the black laces, the white toe box inside the shoe as well, behind the shoe. So here's what I want to talk about. So the 93 version was just like this, or was bare back here with nothing right here. I know we have the pull tab and also this like Jumpman with the globe, but there's nothing right here. So when then this decided in 2010, like I said, they put a 23 in the back right here. And then again, 14 years later, when they released this actual pair, they decided to make it OG as possible with nothing back there. And there were people complaining too, saying, oh, that's not right, it's supposed to be a 23 in the back, but they just didn't know. But anyway, let me show you underneath the shoe as well. It's a very, very crazy design they got underneath the Jordan 9, but that's just how they do it. And so we do have the shoe. One thing that I really like just about this colorway is the fact that again, it's a majority white shoe. It has a lot of the blue as well, and then some black. So I just think that's a really good color combination. But majority white shoe is just, again, one of my favorite things. So that's another reason I just picked this one up. The fact that it's an OG and as close as possible to the OG was definitely a cop for me. And 9s, honestly was coming around to 9s. I'm still kind of a fan of nines, not as much as I was, but I'm still a fan of nines, just not as much. We do have the blue sock liner right here. So one thing you got to also remember about the Jordan 9s, also Jordan 7s do it, they have like this inner sleeve right here. So it's not like a Jordan 4 or a Jordan 6 where you just straight put your foot in there. They have the actual, like, what is this, the liner in here that you put your foot into. It's like a sleeve almost. So it's kind of interesting, but that's just how the Jordan 9 was designed. So they do have that, so keep that in mind. But yeah, I'm just a really big fan of this colorway. I do think the black right here goes very, very well with it. And I just think if it was just a full blue and white shoe like the Carmelo Anthony's I reviewed, it just wouldn't be the same. So I think adding this black just makes it perfect, just makes it a lot better than what it could have been if it was just plain of two different colors. So I just want to put that out there. And then when it comes to actual outfits with these, I will say white socks, and I'm gonna say black shorts again, and then probably just a white shirt again. You just keep it really simple on here with the fits. That's what I'm gonna say. We got both pairs out right now. Again, you could wear these with also light jeans would look really good with the white shirt. I think that would be really nice, or a black shirt. So just keeping it real simple again. And when it comes to rating these shoes, I'm gonna have to give these shoes an 8, or no, I'll give them a 7.5 out of 10. You know, they're cool. They're not the best shoe. I'm not a big fan of how narrow they are, but that's just because I'm not really a big fan of narrow shoes. Once in a while they're fine, but I'm not the biggest fan of them. So I will give them an 8 out of 10. But without further ado, why don't we just do the on foot right now? So that was the Air Jordan 9 powder blue. Now, when it comes to sizing with these, so as you probably saw from the box, and if you've been watching me, you know that I usually get a size 11, but these I got an 11.5 because Air Jordan 9s, besides the olive boot 9s that I got, which were true to size, you could even kind of half size up on those. But with these, I always half size up on my actual Jordan 9 retros because the I don't know, it just feels weird. Because I did try these in my true to size, so I'm like, maybe they are fine in my true to size, but they did not feel right. So I always half size up. There is a little bit more room. So if you really don't like any room at all, then yeah, go true to size. But for me, I always half size up, and it's always fine for me. And it's a lot more comfortable in my opinion just to go half size up. So that's all I gotta say about the Air Jordan 9 powder blue. Let me know if you actually ended up getting this pair back in 2024, or if you decided, you know, maybe I should actually not get them, and what your story is with these, if you had the OGs, if you didn't. And if you actually had the 2010 pair with the 23 in the back, let me know which one you like more. But that's all I got to say for now. Matt from Shoe Nation here. Thanks for watching as always. See you next time. Bye.